As you may know, I went to Israel in March of this year, and in today's video, I am going to be showing you some of the highlights of my tour of Israel. So hold on to your seats as we go on this tour of the Holy Land. I arrived around 2 a.m. at the Ben Gurion International Airport in Tel Aviv, and I was immediately struck by the openness and brightness of the airport and the mosaics on the large walls of this airport. The airport is one of the most secured in the world and is named after Israel's first Prime Minister, Ben Gurion. So, welcome to Israel. A few of us arrived earlier than the larger group to our hotel in Bethlehem, the Shepherd Hotel, and after taking a nap after the long, almost 2 days journey, we decided to just check out our surroundings. And we went into the streets of Bethlehem, and I was surprised at how much it reminded me of Lagos Island, like Idumota. If you have ever been to Idumota, this really is like being in Idumota, except for some of the weird things that was on display, like the shoes with the guns on it, the sneakers with the guns on it. And the architecture was very interesting. They used a lot of limestone and lots of hills and ups and down steps, up and down. And yeah, that is what Bethlehem is like. The tour proper started on the next day when the whole group had arrived. We started always on the bus with our guide, Walid. And the first place we went to was to Jericho, where we passed by the sea level. Jericho is a city that's below the sea level. I think they even said that it is the lowest city in the world. The city of the palms, the city of the moon, and the oldest city on earth. It is believed to date back 10,000 years BC. So we were going up the cable car in Jericho to the mountain of temptation. This mountain is where Jesus went up and was tempted by the devil when he was fasting 40 days and 40 nights. So we had to climb up the mountain to the place where they believed Jesus was for those 40 days and 40 nights. So we're coming from down there and we are going.
It's the looking that kills me more than the stairs. So I don't want to look down.
It was very strenuous climb. Many of us were panting by the end of it because it was a lot of steps, and it was good to get to the top and to see the cave where they believed Jesus was during that time. You can see it was very hot. The camel was not finding it funny, and we cooled off with the pomegranate juice, which was really good. Next up on the next day was the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is a salt lake in the Judean desert. It is the lowest place on earth at 430 meters below sea level. And it is called dead because the salt and minerals in it make it a harsh environment in which plants and animals cannot flourish. It is also very dense and it makes swimming similar to floating. It was one of the world's first health resorts. And even today, you will see people scooping the mud from the bottom of the sea to take home, as it is believed to be good for the skin. So if you're looking for a warm, relaxing float, come to the Dead Sea. On our way back to our hotel, we were able to see Jerusalem at night. And just a glimpse of what it looks like at night, and also Bethlehem at night. I thought I would show you just a glimpse of what these two cities look like at night. The two cities are quite different. Can you spot the difference? Let us know in the comment section below. Next up was a very busy day 3, which started from the Shepherd's Fields Chapel, which is sometimes called the Canadian Chapel because It was completed in 1953 and was financed by Canadian benefactors. This is believed to be where the shepherds heard about the birth of Jesus from the angels. Then we made our way to the Church of Nativity, the birthplace of Jesus, where we were not allowed to put on our talits, the prayer shawl for the Jews, because it is Palestine territory. It is very interesting that some of these sites in the Holy Land are actually in Palestine territory. There is the Star of Nativity, which is believed to mark the place where Jesus was born. It was a small space and people were all trying to touch the staff. And next to it was the manger. There was a lot of people and it was quite chaotic. Then we went for some Nigerian food to fill our tummies before we continued. Some pounded yam, ogbono, egusi, and eporiro. Anyone? And there's the train in Jerusalem. Quite a modern city, Jerusalem. And then we went up to the Mount of Olives, to the Chapel of Ascension, which is believed to contain the right footprint of Christ before he ascended, and to the place where Jesus taught the disciples to pray. We can see the prayers in Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. And then, overlooking Jerusalem, we got some history of Jerusalem from our guide, Walid. Take a listen.
Gray one. This is Al-Aqsa Mosque. Okay, this is the Muslim quarter. Now, where is the Golden Dome? Behind, there is two black domes. This is the Holy Sepulchre Church, where the tomb of Jesus. Okay, this is a Christian quarter. Now, if you go to the left, where's the Al-Aqsa Mosque? Behind, you see white dome. The white dome is a synagogue. This is the quarter of the Jewish. The Jewish, white one. Now, behind the white one is the Armenian.
Wow.
The Armenians who converted to Christianity, the first people.
Yeah.
Okay, now, front of the wall there, which was built by Suleiman Kanuni,
Right.
the wall of the old city. This is Muslim cemetery.
Right.
Okay, now
And that
you
is
can
Jewish
see, if you go to
cemetery.
the right side, you can see two arches, right? There.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
two arches. This is the Golden Gate or the Mercy Gate. When Jesus he descended from Mount Olives to Jerusalem, and he entered to the temple from that gate. Now in the 1852, when the Ottoman occupied the place, they closed the two gates, and also they buried the Muslims in front of the wall. The original where was standing the second temple. Okay, and the second temple we know that was destroyed by the Roman in 70 AD. Right? Now, all the cemetery here, the view in front of us, this is the Jewish.
It's divided. Wow.
Yeah, this is the Jewish.
Quite the history of Jerusalem there, where we have the mix of the Jews, the Christians, the Muslims, and the Armenians. And they've kind of divided up Jerusalem into those different quarters. That is Old Jerusalem. From there, we made our way down the Mount of Olives to the Garden of Gethsemane. This is the garden where Jesus spent his last night praying before he was arrested. And it still has a 2,000-year-old olive tree that has been preserved in that garden. Beside the garden is the Church of All Nations, which was built by contributions from many nations and is one of the big attractions in Jerusalem. It is built around the section of the garden where Jesus is believed to have prayed before his arrest. Next up, we went to the Garden Tomb. This is one of two sites believed to possibly have the tomb of Jesus. Here are the rocks that they think were referred to as the place of the skull, where Jesus was crucified. Let us listen to our guide at the garden tomb.
There was a garden, and in that garden was a tomb where the body of Jesus would be laid. This area here, we believe, was a garden at the time of Jesus, not an ornamental garden like we see today, but an agricultural garden. So we have an area which many people believe Calvary. We have a wine press, and in 1867, a tomb was rediscovered in this area going back to the 1st century, the time of Jesus. And this is the tomb that we're going to see today. This is the tomb that we're going to be able to go into today down here. So when this was rediscovered in 1867, many people began to speculate, could this be the tomb of Jesus? And we don't know.
Yeah.
But what we do know, it's a great visual aid, because actually this is a tomb going back to the 1st century. If it's not the one, it's very similar to the one that the body of Jesus would be laid in. So you're going to see it as an example. For me, I'm glad that we don't know it's the one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be more interested in the place than the person.
Correct.
Hallelujah.
Amen. I am glad that Jesus is no longer in the tomb. Day 4. We head out along the Dead Sea to Masada in the Judean desert. It was a fortress built by Herod the Great. It is one of Israel's most popular tourist attractions. It attracts around 750,000 visitors every year. However, it was a rainy day, and it's the desert, and the roads were muddy, and the cable cars were closed for that day, so we couldn't quite go up to the fortress, but we saw some models of it, and we were able to look around the surroundings and take some pictures. And instead, we went back to Jericho and to Elisha Spring Fountain, from where we could actually see the Mount of Temptation that we climbed a few days before. That was interesting. We'll take a pause here and continue in the next video, so this video is not too long. I hope you have enjoyed the tour so far. And if you are yet to go to Israel, I hope this motivates you to go and see the Bible come alive. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I know there's been some concerning news out of Jerusalem recently, so let's remember to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me again. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload new videos. Do join me next time for the concluding part of this Israel tour series. Until I come your way again, until the next video, you go out and make it the best days of your life. Bye.